What's going on, everybody? We've got a special. Hey, this is entering in a conference edition. Had to switch it up a little bit, as I tend to do. Had to bring on the young guy. Had to bring on a fresh face for GG for Grice's Gyms here. Cam, man, welcome to the show.
How's it going, man? I'm glad to be doing this. Let's get right into it.
I'm excited to have you here, but like you said, let's get right into it. So the first guy, we're going to South Charlotte here, Chancellor Bryant. In a 27-14 win over Catawba Ridge, Bryant had an 85-yard interception return for a touchdown, had another interception. He returned 60 yards. To top that off in the third phase of the game, he had a 40-yard punt return, added 8 tackles, 2 pass breakups, 71 receiving, and 15 rushing yards. Cam, I love stat stuffers, and a guy like Chancellor Bryant, I think there was one point in the game where he had the only touchdowns by anybody in this football game. Tell me what you like about a stat sheet stuffer, as we call him here in Chancellor Bryant.
I mean, a guy that can score at literally every phase of the game. You mentioned the punt return. You mentioned all of his defensive statistics with the interception for a touchdown, another interception, had a plethora of receiving yards and tacked on a couple of rushing yards there as well. I mean, what coach wouldn't want a guy that can do it all? AK kind of up and down this year, but Chancellor with him on the team, they've got some games on the schedule. I think that's very winnable for them coming up. So we'll see how that pans out.
For sure, look for them to roll as they enter conference here. Let's move up to Kannapolis, good old K-Town. So we've got Mekhi Herron here. The junior running back ran 6 times for 156 yards and 3 touchdowns in a 49-6 win over South Rowan. He caught 2 passes for 47 yards and a touchdown as well. So putting all that together, he had 8 touches, 203 yards, and 4 scores. Now, Cam, this dynamic junior running back here looks to be pretty great and somebody that's going to help A.L. Brown to continue to resurge under first-year coach Justin Harden. What do you see here?
I mean, I see a guy that looks similar to the Ecklers and the McCaffreys of the world. I mean, you got great speed laterally, and obviously with the reception for the touchdown there. I mean, he's a very special young man. But the test is going to be this week against Hickory Ridge. I mean, I know Ridge. You guys are 0-4, but you play some tough teams, so it's going to be interesting to see how Mekhi Herron can play against a little bit tougher competition, though.
Definitely a guy you got to circle doing your defensive game plan there for sure. Let's go down east into the 910, I think this is. If it's 252, don't kill me. But Zay Jones out of Scotland County, 33 carries, 227 yards, and 2 touchdowns in a big 40-35 win over Jack Britt High School. Now, I love Scotland Jones. We know Coach Richard Bailey's going to run that ball. No surprise that their bell cow got 33 rushes here, and he seemed to deliver in a big-time win. And as I say on here, Cam, he needed every one of those carries, every one of those yards, and every touchdown that he scored to ensure they won.
He did, but he also needed an ice bath after that game. 33 carries, man. That man had to be sucking wind after that game. But, I mean,
Oh, for
Scotland
sure.
County, they're off to a 4-0 start. I mean, it's a lot of close games. And, I mean, Zay Jones has been a big part of their offense so far this season.
Definitely. Look forward to him doing so as they continue on their good run as they head here in the conference. Let's go out to Lawndale, North Carolina here, and Jeremiah Norris, Burns High School, 10 carries, 216 yards, and 4 touchdowns in a big-time 50-7 win over Alexander Central. We talk a ton about these Cleveland County guys. We talked about the quarterback Ben Mooney in the past. He's a Grice's Gems alumni. Now they got Jeremiah Norris here stepping in as the running back, doing some big things. He's got kind of like that Darren Sproles level. Looks like
Yeah.
a little vibe here with his running back. Cam, what do you see from this guy? I like his vibe already.
He is very shifty. I mean, for what I can see in his tape, I mean, he's very explosive laterally again, like I mentioned earlier with Mekhi. But at the same time, I mean, Burns, they like to run the ball, but they can also pass. So to see a guy go for 216, and that's easy math. That's 21.6 yards per carry. And I'm not good at math, but you can divide by 10 pretty easily. But I mean, 4 touchdowns in a team that's 2-2, looking to really find some rhythm. A guy like Jeremiah Norris can really help them, sustain going forward.
For sure. You see a lot of these Cleveland County teams, they kind of beat up on each other early, then
Yep.
they get into conference and start rolling. I think Jeremiah's going to be big time for them and is really going to help them as they continue to hopefully have a big year and play long into October and well into November as well. I know we didn't have a call this week. Guys, keep balling. As we get into conference, we're going to sit there and look for some big time performances to give you guys a call. But if you have a big time performance on Friday night, please reach out to me at Coach Jay Grice on Twitter. Reach out to at Langston Wirtz Jr. on Twitter. Reach out to at Observer Preps. Let us know again. As we head into conference, we know these big time performances just seem to mean that much more. But Cam, I know you're new to this, but as we always say at this time, if you ball, you're going to get the call. Let's go ahead and
Sure.
get ready for conference week 1. And you guys have a great week.